Hi guys, it's Rodney here again and welcome to the second episode of my channel. And today I'll be sharing you a little bit more about the difference between insurance and real estate. But before that, right, let me share with you a little bit about my personal story. So before I joined insurance in 2016, I was actually working corporate for about 4 years now. So I actually started my first job in 2012. I have a degree in mass communication from a private university, and marketing was something I was also very passionate in. But working for 4 years in the corporate industry, it just don't pay the bills, right? So I had to find a way out to actually earn more money for myself, and insurance was something that I am really passionate about. In fact, I'm actually a very people person. I like to talk to people, but due to my speech impediment and even my hearing problem, I had a lot of fear going into something that's health related and even the self-employed industry. Joining insurance in 2016 was a very big leap of faith for me, and even then, I don't really have a lot of friends in the insurance industry and have no idea where to start. Correct. So I actually went and asked around and eventually ended up joining a friend of a friend who is in the insurance industry for quite some time. And for the first 2 years, everything was going very, very well. But in the later half of 2018, something very bad happened to me. I was actually asked to leave the insurance industry and I had no way back. If you want to find out more, do remember to hit the subscribe button. So being privileged to be able to dabble in both industries in insurance and real estate, I'm going to share with you 3 pointers you should know before either going into insurance or real estate. Firstly, the background of the company and why is it so important to be the right company, the right leader and the right team. And secondly, what are the requirements to go into being a financial advisor and a real estate agent? So what are the academic requirements and what do you need to know? So the third part will be actually how do you get paid? Ultimately, do real estate agents get paid more or do financial advisors get paid more? Okay, so if you are actually looking to join the insurance industry, you already know that there are few major players in Singapore. Okay, so majority of the insurance companies are already multinational corporations, so you will expect to get a lot of support when joining as a financial advisor. So what do I mean by a lot of support? So mostly as you join an insurance company or insurance team, the flyers will have already been done for you. You already will have telephone lines set up for you to do your cold calling. Training will also be provided, so you will think of yourself as a part of a sales force to sell the insurance products. Okay, so being able to believe in the company's product is very, very important. So before you actually join a certain company, go and look around at their products and see that whether you really believe in them. Which company has an edge over other companies' products. And by joining that particular company, you'll be more likely to do well because you really believe in their products. Alright, so the second thing is of course to look at the team culture. So the insurance umbrella works very similar to a multi-level marketing umbrella. So there are many different teams and with different team leaders comes with different culture. So before joining that team, go and take a look whether can you identify their culture. Are you able to see those colleagues every day, to be able to working with them day in, day out. Picking the right team is very, very important for your progress because ultimately 5 to 10 years down, you have to ask yourself, do you still want to be a financial advisor or is this just something that is a stopgap for you to achieve bigger goals in life? So be very transparent with your team leader and even with your whole team and make sure that the team culture actually identifies your values and your principles in life. Last but not least is your team leader. So the team leader is the most important person that you must know before you actually take the first step into the insurance industry. Insurance team leaders earn majority of their income through overriding. So overriding is a very significant amount of their paycheck, so it's only right that they spend a lot of time to actually groom you, to actually take you to where you want to go in the next phase of your life. So the team leader must always have the right integrity, share the same values in life, and more importantly, is somebody that you work with 24/7. Because whenever you need help, you actually will go to your team leader. And in insurance, having the right team leader is absolutely important to ensure that you will do well in this career. And the most important thing you need in terms of your education is to minimally have a local diploma or equivalent. So that is an MAS regulation and you must have that. So after you have that, right, you have to take 4 papers, mainly M5, M9, M9A and HI. So these are the 4 papers that you need to pass before you are able to take the financial advisory license. And one very key difference between taking financial advisory license and a real estate license is that for insurance, you can take your papers very frequently. In fact, every week they have different time slots for you to re-attempt your papers in case that you fail any of them. So for myself, I remember taking only M5 twice and the rest of the papers I passed it on my first attempt. So I took about 2 months roughly before I actually passed the 4 papers. So if you are the first time joining the financial advisory business, they will be actually be giving you a scheme. So this scheme is actually a monthly allowance, similar to a monthly salary, but this scheme you have to actually unlock it with your commissions that you get. So what do I mean? So when I first joined the financial advisory business, I was on a 3k a month scheme. So they actually allowed me to take the 3k a month scheme because my last job that I came before joining financial advisory was about 3k, so they actually match it. But they don't pay me 3k every month. I still have to sell a certain target worth of products to be able to unlock my 3k monthly package allowance. On top of that, for example, if my commission is $1,000 for that month and I'm able to unlock my 3k package allowance, I'll be able to earn a total of 4k for that month. So on top of the scheme, you also have an additional bonus which the company can pay you at every interval. So there are 3 components to it. You have your basic scheme, your commissions, your bonus, and also your incentive trips. So these are the things that as a financial advisor you get to enjoy because there is really a lot of support from the companies. So if you're somebody that loves to work in a team, financial advisory is something you really want to consider. So as you join the financial advisory business and you compare it with your peers who recently just graduated, you will find that you have a very big head start in terms of the monthly salary that you take home. But of course, at the end of the day, you still do not get the CPF contribution because all self-employed individuals don't get CPF contribution at all. Okay, so do remember if you are first time joining financial advisory, you will have this scheme. Okay, but the scheme will also require you to be logged into the company for a certain period of time. There is also an option not to opt in for the scheme, and with that you are not bonded. Okay, based on MAS regulations, you can only get the scheme for one time, and this is very important because you must pick the right company, the right leader, and also the right team to join. So very similar to insurance, in real estate you also have a company to join, a team, and also a team leader. However, the dynamics are very different. So let's talk about the company first. So to be a licensed real estate agent in Singapore, you have to join an estate agent. So estate agent actually gives you a license to operate as a real estate agent in Singapore to be able to actually broker properties in Singapore. However, I will actually like to tell people who want to join the industry, right, to think of yourself as a franchise. So what do I mean by that? So when you join a team or even a team leader in real estate, you may be doing absolutely different things. So maybe your team leader is specialized in the commercial properties and you might want to actually veer to residential. So your day-to-day things are very different. However, what you can do is to actually cross-share, see how you're able to help each other. So this is the main difference between real estate and in insurance. So the company that you join actually is pretty similar, but of course some companies actually do give better trainings. But more importantly, the team and the team leader must actually help you to go where you want to venture into. So for example, if you want to actually broker private residential properties, it's important that your team leader and also your team are going towards the same direction. In that case, you're able to relate with each other more. And also in the real estate industry, you don't find that team leaders and team members get to meet each other a lot. Because again, your day-to-day prospecting and even your day-to-day activities might differ a lot from one another. That's why it's very important to ensure that your team leader and your team actually go into a similar direction and you're able to cross-share more. So that is something that is very different in terms of insurance, that joining real estate, you don't really get to spend so much time with your team members. And ultimately, you are actually on your own. It's a more individual business as compared to insurance. And you are also again in competition with your colleagues. So to get into the real estate industry, most importantly, you need to pass 2 papers, mainly paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is more about the rules and regulations of the Singapore real estate industry, and paper 2 is more about what the calculations and how you are able to help certain case scenarios, certain clients with their house purchase or selling, right? So this is something that is, to me, is very, very difficult. I studied non-stop for the past 3 months, at least 5 to 8 hours a day, so that I can pass both papers on the first try. Because once you fail either one of those papers, the next time you're gonna attempt them is about 2 or 3 months later. So the downtime between each paper is very, very long, and it will affect on when you can actually start your career. So if you are somebody that is already fully employed now, you have a full-time job, and you want to go into the real estate industry, I would suggest that if you can, hold on with your full-time job first before you actually start. Because you might not know when you actually pass the papers, and it's important that you pass the papers before you actually quit your full-time job. Alright, so that is one thing that you have to know. So in terms of the academic qualifications, you don't need a diploma. O-levels, you can actually enter the real estate industry already. So it's less stringent than being an insurance agent. So as you broker a deal, be it a rental or sale, you will actually be paid a commission by a client. So the client actually pays not you the commission, but your estate agent the commissions. So what's the commission with your estate agent? So the estate agent has to apportion a part of it to themselves, is to cover them for their running costs, their trainings, the database that they are given to you, and also the staff and manpower they have employed to do your administrative work. And the rest of it will actually be paid to you as net commissions. Okay, so to give you an overview, the difference between real estate and insurance. So for insurance, you get a lot of support from your company. You'll be given an office. You'll be working with your team members day in, day out. You'll have a system that's really built for you to close your deals. And most importantly, the commissions come in roughly about a week or so. So your payments actually is more frequent as compared to real estate. So for real estate, think of yourself as a 7-Eleven franchise, and you are given the support in terms of your team. However, the direction that you may be going may be very different from your colleagues and your team members. Alright, so the commission is paid by the client to your estate agent, and the estate agent actually apportion a part of it and pays you the net commissions. So a typical real estate timeline would take about minimum of 3 months. So do expect to set a business cost of about 8 to 10k for the year if you are going to start your real estate business, and commission can take up to 3 months or even 1 year to be able to receive the commission. One very big question that I get asked a lot is that do financial advisors get paid more, or do real estate agents get paid more? So this is a question I'll answer in my next episode. So if you want to find out more, do remember to hit the subscribe button, give me a like and share this video with your friends. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.